So Jake enjoys working at Visions.
He loves it. I told you that.
Must keep him pretty busy, huh?
Very busy. Oh, don't worry about that stuff. I'll clean it up later.
He must not have time for much else.
This is going to drive me crazy.
I know how Jake is once he gets committed to something. Hey, gorgeous day, isn't it?
And what about the state of the economy and the real estate slump? Oh, boy, pretty scary, huh?
Vicky, what are you talking about?
Something other than Jake McKinnon.
I was just asking a few questions.
A million questions. Over and over and over again.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to know how he was spending his time.
And I keep telling you work. He's thrown himself into his work.
That's all.
Why won't you believe me?
Because I was married to him, Vicky. Jake enjoys having a woman in his life.
Maybe he's not the same guy you married.
Oh, people don't change that quickly.
He hasn't replaced you, Marley.
That's a hostile way of putting it.
Hey, let's just drop it, okay? It's time to move forward, right?
Is that what you're doing? Moving forward?
Get on with our lives, meet new people, make new friends, go places.
Hypocrite?
I beg your pardon.
If you're so anxious to get on with your life, why haven't you gotten Jamie out of it?
Hilda, let me speak to... Come on, I know she's there. Hilda, let me speak to her.
Leave Amanda alone.
Jamie, stay out of my business.
Leave my whole family alone, or you'll regret it.
Is that a threat?
Yes.
You're in my way.
I think you ought to try to just stay out of their marriage.
Sam's the one that's ruining it, not me.
What are you doing?
I was just
That does not belong to you.
I know that.
I would like you to respect my privacy.
Sam, I thought we agreed we weren't gonna
What,
have
keep secrets? I really don't think you want to talk about that, do you?
It's back. All of it? Mm-hmm. Every penny. I had the accountant check and recheck.
Oh, I'm so relieved.
Well, I think we both know how it got there.
Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do?
Iris? Oh, and Rachel. Good. You're both here. Hi. Hello. Well, what can I do for you?
Tell me where Amanda is. I went by her office and she was...
Oh, I'm not sure. What do you want it for?
Well, you know, she's suspected of aiding and abetting a felony. I told you that yesterday.
I told you were off the mark, Courtney.
Amanda would never do anything to harm this company.
This is her family's company.
And she would have no reason to abscond with the funds.
That may not be her motive. See, what we think happened was that Evan Bates committed a major theft diverting Corey funds. He got scared that he would get caught, so he recruited Amanda.
To do what?
To help him cover it up.
So you think Amanda's involved in all of this?
We suspect Amanda wanted to protect Evan Bates, yes.
Courtney, we understand how concerned you are about this. And we want to get at the truth just as much as you do. But the truth has nothing to do with Amanda.
Then you don't mind telling me where your daughter is?
The truth is...
Right here.
I'm sorry, what?
Rachel and I. We're the guilty parties.
You?
Yes. We made the mistake of hiring Evan's company without checking it out first.
Yeah, that is true. I thought she was checking. She thought I was checking.
When we hadn't checked it at all.
We had no idea Evan was even involved in this company, Courtney.
And we had no idea that he was so inexperienced in this kind of work. He's totally incompetent. But he's not felonious.
Do you mind telling me what you two are talking about?
Oh, no, not at all. Well, you see, Evans started making one mistake after another, and the result was that, well, there was an accidental transference of funds. Oh, look, as far as we're concerned, he can go behind bars for the rest of his life for all the trouble he's caused us. But the money is back, and it was an accident.
This isn't going to work.
What isn't?
You're stonewalling me. Amanda is involved, and we all know that.
Amanda made a very serious mistake, Courtney.
But it was a mistake. I think Amanda suffered enough for her poor judgment. I'm sure she'll be much more careful in the future, but the money has been returned, and Corey Publishing is not pressing charges.
So what you're saying is that you will not testify for the DA?
Well, no. There's nothing to testify about.
Well, if you're not pressing charges, there's nothing more for me to do. Good day, ladies.
Goodbye. Thank you for coming. I don't think I have ever done so much double talk in my life. Did I make any sense at all?
Thank you, Iris,
For what?
for trying to help Amanda.
I said I would.
I know you did. For what it's worth, if it matters, I think Mac would have been touched that you wanted to try and help her.
Thank you, Rachel. It does matter. A lot.
Question is, would this have happened if he had been here? But he wasn't, and I wasn't, and now our daughter is in a big mess.
Amanda doesn't want you, Evan.
Who are you to speak for Amanda?
I'm telling you.
No, I'm telling you. Amanda loves me.
Amanda is desperate to make her marriage work.
Oh, well, then she's doing the right thing.
No, I know my sister. Sam is all she wants, Sam and Allie.
I can't believe that you'd want Amanda to be with that maniac.
What are you talking about?
You don't know. You have no idea what I'm talking about. You didn't see those bruises that he put on her arms? That wonderful portrait he did of her, he slashed it with a knife. You didn't know about that, did you? No, what about his sudden disappearance out of town? How do you explain that, Jamie?
Sam is hurt and he's angry. Who can blame him with you bird-dogging his wife?
Sam is the problem. I am in love with Amanda.
If Amanda is so in love with you, why is she trying to get back with Sam, to stay with him?
Because she's been conditioned to honor her obligations and her little responsibilities.
I know those words mean nothing to you, Bates.
No, they mean something to me. But I believe in following your heart, not other people's guilt trips. See, I'm not a Corey, and Corys do the proper things. They act for everybody else's benefit.
You're crazy.
Yeah, see? Corys aren't allowed to follow their feelings. But Amanda wants to. You know something, Jamie? I don't give a damn what you say about her. I get her alone for a few hours. She's all mine.
No, you can forget that, pal.
You know I'm right. That's why you're fighting so hard. You know I can get her to follow her feelings and come with me.
Need some help here, Jamie?
I have kept secrets, yes.
I have to get to work.
But I was wrong. Those secrets almost cost me everything that I love.
Yeah, almost.
And it did cost me my self-respect.
Did it?
Do you know what it's like to realize that you could have been the one to destroy everything that you care about?
Actually, no.
Well, that made me realize that you were right.
So that's why you told me the truth.
That was the hardest thing I think I'd ever done in my life.
Why?
Because I was afraid that I would lose you. I love you. And Allie. I love my family more than anything else in the world. And the thought of Allie having to go through what Stephen is going through right now, what I went through when my parents split up, that would break my heart.
Mine too.
That's why we've got to work so hard at this, Sam. We can't let secrets destroy us.
Well, some secrets are not as destructive as infidelity.
Where did you go away to? Did you really go away to paint? Sam, you can tell me. We've got to break down this wall between us before it destroys us. Who is it?
Sorry to bother you, but there's a telephone call for Sam.
Can you take a message, please?
I tried to, but it's Caroline Stafford, and she said it was extremely
It's
important.
okay, I'll take it downstairs.
Would you quit following me? Will you please quit avoiding me, Vicky?
I am over Jamie.
You are no more finished with Jamie than I am with Jake. How do you know? Admit it, Vicky. Sometimes. What does that mean, sometimes? Sometimes I fantasize about what it would be like if Jamie and I were still together. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I can't stand the sound of his voice. But you are not neutral about the man. I care what he thinks about me. Because you still love him, Vicky. I do not love him. I'm... What? Just leave me alone. Like you leave me alone, right? Marley, my feelings for Jamie get less and less every day. Okay, I admit there is still some physical attraction there, but it really has nothing. What?
Hey, sorry to interrupt.
Have a key or something?
I knocked. No one heard. The door was open.
Glad you could make it, Jake.
Thank you.
Nice threads. What'd you get, new boots?
I couldn't resist.
Those must have cost a fortune. I thought you were strapped for bucks, Jake.
Not this week. I went by Sophisticate and picked up a check for Visions, and then I headed straight to the cobbler.
Good for you. Yeah, if Sophisticate's check doesn't bounce.
Well, I think that situation's gonna blow over real fast.
Why? You think Evan's gonna get away with taking all that money?
Money isn't stolen, at least that's what I hear.
What? Would someone kindly fill me in?
Little intrigue over at the Corys. $1 million disappears and it just reappears again.
It's
As a matter
back?
of fact, the cops are so confused they may have to drop the charges.
Oh, no, they won't. I won't let them. That
You?
witch isn't gonna get away with this.
Vicky!
What's with you?
Vicky, where are you going? I am going to make things crystal clear. Nobody dumps on me and gets away with it.
You need some help, Jamie?
Not with you. Thanks anyway, Ken. I think Evan has a pretty clear picture of how the Corey family feels about him.
You know what's interesting to me is how you think of yourself as a Corey.
You make me ashamed to be a frame.
Well, I can see why. Most frames I know have spines.
Maybe you and I ought to step right outside.
Lead on, cousin.
Whoa. What do you say we all just relax here?
I will if you get your hand off my shoulder.
Fine. Who's with you? Who's with your whole family? One brouhaha after another, and I keep ending up in the middle of them.
Well, see, to know the Coreys is to love them.
You son of a...
Jamie? You should go over by the elevator. Wait. Don't do something you're gonna regret.
Maybe you should just stay out of this, Jordan.
Well, you're probably right, but I seldom do what makes sense. Keeps me young. Now, please humor me and go over there and catch your breath.
You remember what I said.
Well, funny, but I already forgot.
Don't even think about it. Come on. It's not worth it.
Who are you to stick your nose in my business? This isn't your fight.
Don't you realize who you're hurting? Don't you think about what's best for Amanda? Well, if you really care as deeply for her as you say you do, you'll leave her alone.
Now, where did we leave off yesterday? We're only going to do 2 pages today because it's getting to be more reading than sleeping. All right, hop in bed.
Do I
have to.
Yes, now, come on. You said that if I let you fall asleep in here, you wouldn't give me a hard time. Now, chop, chop, chop. Come on, get in bed. Let me have your slippers. Under the covers. Come on, under the covers. What's the matter with you? Are you still upset because you lost your truck in the park? Well, why are you upset?
The kitty.
What kitty? Oh, the kitty in John and Charlene's barn. Darling, that kitty was too young to bring home.
Why?
Because it was too young to be taken away from its mommy.
Why?
Just because.
Because little animals need both their parents so they can grow up just like they were meant to. Now, I think we'll hold off on getting you a pet for right now, but maybe sometime soon.
Maybe in a month or so.
Maybe. So, now do I see a head on a pillow?
Yes.
Am I supposed to see some eyes closed?
I'm going to
this
read
moment?
to him first. I'm going to read to him.
Oh, are we still
Badger
on
and the
Miss?
Chipmunk.
We're still on Badger and Miss Chipmunk, are we?
All right.
Let's see.
Miss Chipmunk took the picnic down to the brook.
And Mr. Badger was bathing in the brook, and he said, "Who's that? Who's that? Is that Mr. Chipmunk coming to see me?"
What the hell do you think you're doing?
These are wonderful.
I asked you specifically not to touch that.
I know, but I did anyway.
Obviously.
I'm glad I did. These prove to me that you still love me. We still have a marriage, don't we?
Well, it's good to see you and Vicky getting along.
We're working on it.
She missed you a lot, I know that.
It was nice to see how good Donna was with you the other night.
Good.
To see her be civil would have been a treat, but she actually seemed to like you.
Yeah, well, we've developed somewhat of a rapport.
Good. That makes me very happy.
I mean, after all, we do have to work together. You know?
Now, that's another surprising thing.
What?
Donna rolling up her sleeves and going to work. For a woman who spent her life going shopping and taking people to lunch.
She's terrific. I mean, she's very competent at work.
Who would have ever thought that you two would be partners?
So, you said you wanted to talk to me.
Yes, I do. Now, to avoid all cliches.
Very good at that.
Yes. But I want this to come out right. It's gone over and over in my mind, and I just want it to sound like it comes from the heart, because it comes from my heart. Jake, I've thought a lot about you the past few weeks. And 5 hours on the plane, I had my nose to the window trying to think of what I was going to say to you.
I think we need to talk about the past, all right? It's over.
No, it's not. Not to me. Now I'm going to be straightforward.
That was pretty straightforward.
Jake. I think breaking up with you was a mistake. Please just let me finish, okay? I think I gave up on you too quickly. And I know that because I've missed you so much. Jake, I miss the way you touched me, Your smile. How good you used to make me feel most of the time. Would you consider taking some time together and just see what's left between us?
They're no good anyway.
Sam, they're wonderful. You did them while you were gone.
I was trying not...
What? Tell me.
I was trying not to think about you. I tried to concentrate on anything else. But I just couldn't, you know? All I could come up with those.
It's because you love me.
Or maybe I thought I'd lost you and needed something to remember you by.
Sam, the love that you feel and the love that I feel is too strong to deny. I made a mistake. We can get past it if you would just give me a chance. You want to. I know you do. These drawings prove it to me. You do still love me, don't you?
Yeah, I do. God help me. I do.
It seems to me the biggest question we're going to get from the board is why the... Vicky?
Well, this is a cover for Bravo. The press and the CEO huddled together planning strategy. Corey is still in business, isn't it?
How long have you been standing there, Vicky?
Actually, I just got here this sec. Why, was there something I wasn't supposed to hear?
Do you need to see me about something?
Story of my life. Awful timing. Obviously, I missed a pretty juicy conversation. You wouldn't want to do a quick recap for me, would you?
I really am very busy.
I didn't think so.
Well, I'll let you two
Now, this concerns you too, Rachel.
What does?
Seeing that I own a considerable amount of shares in Corey, actually, my lawyer says that I am a major stockholder.
Your lawyer is right.
So, what's your point?
I'm curious as to what happened to that darned money that got boosted.
It's all over, Vicky.
It's over.
That's right. There was no theft.
I beg your pardon?
I said there was no theft. It was a computer glitch.
A glitch?
Yes, a simple error that will never happen again.
Wait a second. The cops jumped all over this. They treated it like a big-time case, and I was the main suspect. Do you remember that?
Yes, I'm very sorry about that. They were right out of line.
And they were out of line thinking that Evan masterminded the whole thing?
I'm afraid so.
I'm sorry that the police gave you such a rough time.
Oh, Rachel, I don't want your apology. I want the truth.
Look, the truth is that there was a computer error, but all's well that ends well. Now, if you'll excuse us...
No, I will not excuse you until I figure out what went down here.
Vicky, nothing went down.
Don't give me that, Iris. I know what Evan did, and I am not going to buy whatever scam you two are trying to pull.
I don't know why you're getting so upset.
Evan was ticketed to go to jail. If he doesn't, that means someone covered for him.
Look, the
and
investigation...
the only person who would do that would be his latest bed partner.
That's enough,
Amanda.
Vicky.
It was Amanda, wasn't it?
You are right out of line.
Amanda covered for Evan until he could finagle that money back into the company.
I think you're letting your imagination run away with you.
I can tell I'm right by the looks on your faces.
You haven't got a bit of
And now
evidence.
you both are covering for her. Heaven forbid anything lousy should happen to little Amanda. Vicky can just fry for all we care, but Amanda we will take care of.
This is paranoia.
You treated me like garbage. I never did anything to you, and you had those cops breathing down my neck. I want Amanda to feel exactly what I felt. I want her exposed, and I want her fired. And if that doesn't happen, I will call a stockholders meeting. I will call the state attorney general. Hell, I will call Elliot Ness if I have to. But that little broad is going to pay. I wish you would say something.
I wish I could.
I knew it. I was too quick, and I should have waited. I should have waited.
You shouldn't have waited so long. What you just said, you should have told me a long time ago.
No, Jake, I wasn't ready then.
That's when I was. A couple of months ago, I couldn't stop thinking about you. I'd go to the phone 2 or 3 times a night to call you, and I'd have to stop myself. I'd have to stop all the old feelings so that I could move on.
So what you're saying is that you're over me.
I didn't think I had any other choice. I had to get on with my life. I had to see how I could function, how I could be happy by myself.
You succeeded.
You walked out on me.
No, Jake.
I'd have to be pretty stupid to,
Especially if there was someone else.
I didn't say that.
But there is.
No.
Well, maybe you are right. Maybe it would be stupid.
I loved you so much, and I paid for it, Molly.
We both did.
You know, did a lot of damage. And I think it's time we stopped it. You know the craziest thing about all this is that I never stopped loving you. I just stopped it from getting to me. We hurt each other pretty much when we were in love, and maybe we should remember just how that hurt feels.
I do remember. But I remember good times. Oh, do you, the time that the flowers were outside and we had to bring them in because they were going to drown. And you put, hot chocolate on the stove because you wanted to warm us up. You burned the milk.
You burned the milk.
You burned the milk.
You
wanted to make love while the milk was still on the stove.
You didn't seem to mind.
Oh, Jake. Maybe we should make hot chocolate again sometime. When you're ready.
Yeah. You take care of yourself.
Hello? There's no one named Marley Love in this house.
Vicky is right. She has been given a rough time by all of us.
That's all I've been given.
Oh, for heaven's
No,
sake.
she's right. We haven't been fair. The family does tend to close ranks when one of ours is in trouble.
One of yours?
She is my daughter, Vicky.
And the rest of us can go to hell?
Slandering Amanda is not...
Slander? What did I say that wasn't true? You name me one thing, Rachel.
Amanda made a mistake.
You can't.
Iris and I will deal with this.
Where were you and Iris when I made my mistake and got fired?
It wasn't my place to override their decisions.
But I asked Iris, didn't I? I asked for your help, and what did you say?
Well,
You said wait, didn't you?
Yes.
Because
yes,
I'm not a Corey. No, because you were wrong. This double standard will not wash with me anymore.
What do you want, Vicky?
I told you
Besides
what I
revenge.
want. I want Amanda to pay, just like I did.
And that'll do it for you?
It's a start.
You're gonna be satisfied with just revenge?
I'll let you know.
Vicky, what about your stock?
What?
What about your shares in Corey? Yours and Stephen's. You realize that their value is going to drop.
How?
Well, all that publicity. And if you're going to call in the Attorney General for help, that's going to be very embarrassing for Corey. And it'll have a great effect on Wall Street.
Oh, Iris, I don't care!
A lot of other people will, Vicky.
That's one angry young woman.
And a very destructive one.
I heard.
Everything?
From where she promised to make Amanda pay. I'm sorry, Rachel.
I don't know what to do anymore.
Well, she's got to be stopped.
That may take some doing.
There's only one person that she'll listen to.
Who's that?
Jamie.
Make love to me, Sam. Then you'll know that I'm completely yours. There'll be no more doubts. Please. Just forget about everything. Just get lost in each other.
Not now.
When?
Look, I'll come back later, okay?
You will?
I just said I would.
It's always been good for us, you know that. We've been great for each other that way. Look at that angel face.
Dreams do come true, Donna.
Maybe in children's books they do.
No, it's not true. They come true.
All my life. All my life, I've dreamed of catching the brass ring. Of having a life that was completely happy.
Hey, Donna, I would do anything in my power to make you completely happy. Did you know that?
There's no such thing, Michael, I know.
Yes, there is. Donna, there is still a brass ring out there for us.
Is happiness limited?
What do you mean?
Is there just so much to go around? I mean, think about it. If I'm happy, does that mean that Eve Miller has to be unhappy? And that if she's happy, does that mean that I have to be unhappy? Is that the way it works? Do we have to tear at the Millers in court and hurt them so badly so that we can be happy with Mikey? I don't want to do that, Michael. Is that what we have to do to keep our son?
Paulina, have you seen Amanda?
I think she's on her way down to the pool. She seemed to want to be alone.
I guess it's warm enough for a swim.
It's such a beautiful evening.
It's hard to believe it's the beginning of May already.
Tell me about those beautiful gardens. Did your mother design them?
No, Mac did. He had a wonderful talent for landscaping. Not to mention a million other things.
I wish I'd known him.
You missed one hell of a guy.
It's interesting how everyone's attitude changes when they talk about him. It's almost as if he's still here, giving advice, taking care of his family.
I wish he were taking care of us. We sure could use him right now.
Excuse me, do either one of you know where Amanda is? Hi, Paulina.
Vicky?
I'll go get her.
No, you won't.
Yes, you will.
Do as I say, Paulina.
I've got to talk to Amanda, Jamie.
First talk to me, Vicky.
I'll leave you two alone then. Excuse me.
This is none of your business.
The hell it's not.
You don't even know what's going on, Jamie.
Mom told me. She told me everything.
Oh, good old Mother Hen didn't waste any time, did she?
No, I'm glad she didn't.
And I'm sure she gave you a totally unbiased report.
Vicky, drop the vendetta, please.
Why should I?
Because I'm asking you to.
Oh, I see. So I should just defer to you and do whatever you want me to do because you are the powerful Jamie Frame.
Do it for Stephen.
Stephen has nothing to do with this.
Of course he does. Amanda is his aunt, we're his family. If you cause trouble, it eventually affects him. Don't you see that? Look, please, leave Amanda alone. Forget whatever she did or didn't do for Evan Bates. Let it go.
Funny about your past mistakes.
What?
What am I talking about? It's not funny at all.
I'm sorry.
It's as though your past mistakes have a way of coming back and haunting you all at the same time.
So you made a few mistakes. We all do.
And I'm afraid I can't pass it off as easily as that.
Well, one thing about the past, you can't change it.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
All I'm saying is that I think you should focus on the future.
And what about the present?
Well, we all have to deal with the present. The thing about the future is anything's possible.
I see. This too shall pass? Well, one of these days, this mess will be over with and Amanda will get on with her life and be happy?
That depends on Amanda, I guess.
What am I supposed to do with the present, then?
Actually, I did have one piece of advice.
Surprise, surprise.
I think you should chart a whole new future for yourself.
Oh, yes?
One that involves a certain gentleman caller.
Do we know this person?
Well, we know what the minimum basic requirements are.
Would you care to describe those for me?
Well, he should be articulate, for the most part.
Go on.
Well-traveled.
Broadens the mind.
He should have an inquiring mind, a good sense of humor.
That's very important.
A mustache would be a nice touch.
Elegant.
And he should love Mozart and the Dodgers almost as much as he should care about you and your kids.
Well, that sounds like a very pleasant future.
I thought so.
But at the moment, all I need is somebody to take me to this party for Cass and Frankie.
It would be an honor and a very great pleasure, ma'am. Just please don't ask me to stay past the minimum.
The minimum?
I have to admit, I do hate the idea of walking into a room full of well-dressed strangers holding glasses and munching on veggies and making chit-chat. I'd rather watch the constellations turn with one very good friend.
All right. The minimum it is.
Now, why should I let it go?
Because you've changed. Isn't that what you've been telling
I
me?
haven't changed that much.
Has Amanda really done that much to you?
Are you kidding? She totally humiliated me when I worked for Sophisticate, treated me like an underling, made me feel like dirt, and then fired me for no reason.
No reason.
She fired me because I told her that I knew about her and Evan. I don't care what she told you.
Fine. Let's say that she was out to get you.
She always has been.
Even if that's true, what good does it do to get back at her, Vicky? I mean, why not have the dignity just to let it alone? Show everyone that you're not vengeful and vindictive anymore. Be better than Amanda.
To impress you?
No, to prove to yourself that you're a person of your word. That all this talk about changing wasn't just that, talk.
Oh, so I should let Amanda off the hook, let her ruin everyone's life, and get away with it.
Amanda's suffering for what she's done.
Suffering? She can't suffer. She loves herself too much.
That's not true. She's lost. She's confused.
Oh, forgive me if I don't give a damn.
Don't kick her when she's down. Please, Vicky. Be the person you say you want to be. Back off. Let my family handle Amanda, okay? Okay?
Okay, sure.
Thanks.
I'm not saying I'll back off for good. I'm just going to slow it down.
I'm grateful.
In fact, why don't we find Amanda, and all three of us can talk this out like adults?
Now, that's a good idea.
You think so? Good. Is she upstairs?
No, I think she's at the pool. I'll find her.
Okay. It's not all you'll find, honey.
Talk to you.
Evan,
Take my breath away, you know that?
please.
Amanda, if you don't come to me, I'll come to you.
It's Emmy month on SoapNet.com. Watch interviews with the nominees. Get predictions from soap experts. Test your Emmy knowledge. Plus photo and video highlights. SoapNet.com, your first place for everything Emmys.